What if we talked about social media ban for tweens?
Why?
Distortion of young minds.
And
Safety reasons.
what if we talked about migraines?
Why?
They're the second leading cause of disability in the world.
And?
They're still mysterious, Irish.
All right.
Let's go. Hello, Scout.
Hello, Da.
You wish to speak on the matter of social media bans for kids.
Yes. As I'm sure a lot of people know, especially if you're chronically online, you'll know that social media was banned for 16 and, under 16
Right.
in Australia. Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all of the main social medias.
Just at the end of
Yes.
2025.
Yes. And I actually have a point that I thought was really interesting to make, because in 2020, you weren't supposed to have TikTok if you were under 13. You were supposed to be 13 to have it. But because everyone was bored, they found ways to get past it,
for
and
sure.
including me.
Yeah.
And I was like 10. Yeah, that was just a quick point I wanted to make. And then I guess France liked the idea, and so they're banning all social medias for under 15, so 14 and under. I would not be allowed to use it. Just want to throw it out
That's
there.
true.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
How does that work, right?
Yeah.
All these kids who've been using it for
Yeah.
years now, and all of a sudden it's like, no.
it would be a really hard
Oh my
change
God.
for a few of those
good
kids.
luck. I'd love to be in those houses.
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah.
What I thought was interesting is they're doing something new as well. They're putting a curfew on phones for 15 and older. So from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m., the social medias wouldn't work for those age groups.
15 to 18.
Right.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, it is.
A great idea, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully kids will sleep better. They'll
Oh, it'll fix so many sleep.
homework.
Yeah, it'll work really.
Sleep, though. Huge.
It'll work wonders.
If they can enforce it, right?
Yeah. So I guess the president of France said in some kind of interview, a press conference,
Macron.
that quote unquote, TikTok is an ocean of harmful content, which is true. That's quite exposing, especially if you're 10-year-olds on TikTok and you're 9-year-old and you don't know. There's a lot of harmful. He's right. There's a lot of harmful content on TikTok, especially that can just change the mind of a little kid that isn't used to being exposed to that kind of stuff.
Oh, it's outrageous.
Yeah.
But on all of them, right?
Yeah, like older women.
YouTube's
and,
is a cesspool.
Yeah, it's
Twitter, if they're on anything like that, or whatever they're calling it today.
It's so terrible for mental health, because, and not even
So
just because
bad.
of cyberbullying, but because of the things you're exposed to. You're exposed to the idea of depression, and then there's so many kids out there, oh yeah, I'm depressed. It's thrown around a lot. But to a certain extent, if you say it enough times and you give that vibe, you do become sad. Like it becomes your personality, and then like
No doubt. It's helping to wire and train your
Yeah.
brains and your ways of looking at things. I mean, the mental health aspect of social media, or the detrimental part of it for kids, is off the charts. Like the self-harm, drugs, suicide.
Yeah.
It's a very big issue.
it really is. And
So it adds an enormous amount of stress, unnecessary stress to kids' lives.
yeah, I really do. I think that it's such a harmful place for kids. I'm trying to limit my use on it because Canada hasn't put a limit on it, but I'm trying to limit my use just because I don't like how it makes me feel. Like, I'm not trying to sound cool or say that just for
course
this,
not.
but like genuinely. And I'm trying to.
Well, Madish, he got off of it a long time ago,
Yeah.
mostly because it just made him angry. He just realized, like, it just makes me angry. Trying to make your way through the
Yeah.
sea of nonsense and ugliness.
I think it just gives off like a kind of vibe of what's cool and what isn't.
It's impossible to police.
It makes drugs seem cool. It makes
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
it makes depression seem cool. Like, oh, it's cool that I'm depressed. It's cool that I can't sleep.
Well,
it's cool that I'm sad all the time.
And the visuals, like the filters, the girls that aren't, nobody looks like
and
that in real life.
I'm not just throwing that around. I'm not just being like, oh, depression's like stupid. I'm prone to being sad, you know? I'm prone to being very melancholy.
It exacerbates those things tremendously.
It makes it just... I think that what they're doing, putting a limit on it, or doing their best to limit it for children, is one of the best things that these states could be doing aside from
I think it's fantastic.
Peace.
I would question why it hasn't happened long before now.
I know, me too. Like even
as a parent, right?
Yeah.
I've never been on board with any of this, obviously, and I've managed the best I could to keep you guys away from it, to mitigate the problems, to mitigate its effects, to talk to you about it, to know what you're doing. It's impossible, though, as a parent, to I could have. You could have not had a phone, and you still would have have all of this accessible to you on every computer you're on your friend's
iPads.
Phone, everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And then to try and how many times am I constantly telling you guys, like, no, man, you're wasting time. You're training yourself. This is mostly nonsense. But the allure of it for a child's growing brain is just it's so powerful. It so powerfully draws you in. I mean, it's hard enough for adults to recognize that, oh my God, I just wasted 2 hours. But for a kid, it's not a waste. For a kid, it's a place where they're going to accumulate their way of thinking, their way of being. It's super, it's aside from the harm, it's just a waste of time.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing is I don't love the ban of phones in school, I have to say, because if you ban social media, that does take away a lot of the time wasting on your phone at school. And I think that it's a good thing to have at school. If something went on at school and you need to message your parents, I love you, because that's the kind of world we live in now.
Right.
Where
but your phone could be in your locker. It can be somewhere. It doesn't need to be in the classroom with you. It doesn't need to be carried around all day.
Definitely. No, definitely not. Right. I'm not on board with having it in your backpack and when the teacher's not looking, texting your friends from across the room. I'm not on board with that. But I do think it's a good thing to have at school, because things can go wrong, especially now.
Oh, for sure.
It's just like, especially if you live in the U.S., like, it's just the way it is.
Oh, for sure. I want to be able to be in contact with you guys. I think that this is the only real benefit for me of these stupid phones, is that I have a way of communicating with you guys easily.
I think that social media has kind of ruined the awesomeness of being able to carry around such a useful tool everywhere you go. But it's become such a... It went from being like something you could use to contact anybody from your pocket to, you know, being able to make a Tumblr account with frilly designs, to Twitter and then Instagram and YouTube, TikTok. Like, it just evolved into something that made something so cool and interesting and new into something so harmful and...
And they freely admit the algorithms are designed to keep you scrolling, to keep your brain, you know,
because that's what it is.
Releases things in your head that make you keep going. And this is a great thing, I think. But it's how are they going to implement it? Like, it has all kinds of support. Most people are on board. It has bipartisan support. So, like, all sides of the political spectrum are on board with it. There's nobody going, oh no, I think this is a bad move. Everybody agrees this is the way to go.
Right.
I'd have some concerns about the verifying the age thing. Like,
that's my issue too.
That's a big one. How are you going to do that without infringing on rights?
Yeah, because like I said, in 2020 they had, like, you'd put down your birthday. I put in, like, I was born in 1965.
Yeah.
I was not born in 1965.
No, so the ways to do that are going to get collecting more data. So that's always, I don't love that. Like,
on my phone, when we logged into my Apple account, we put that I was born in 2011, so it says that I'm 14. Yeah. That's why I can't download apps that are 14 plus, which I feel like that's a good way to do it, but people lie on their Apple IDs
Well, that's
too.
the thing.
So,
like, there has to be a way to verify
Yeah,
it. So
I think that's
and there's
the
going to
issue.
be some exemptions needed. Like, kids shouldn't be banned from Wiki or from
No.
useful places where they're, Okay, so this
ChatGPT
brings
even.
the other thing up, right? It's a parents versus state thing too. Like now this, because a lot of people will be upset that the state is dictating what freedoms we have and how our kids. There'll be people who think, well, my kid should. I don't care if my kid's on TikTok. You can't tell my kid he can't be on TikTok.
Yeah.
And my answer to that would be, well, that's fine. Then let your kid be on your TikTok account.
Exactly.
If you want to do that.
Exactly.
But that is an issue. Like, there
It
is
is.
civil liberty issues and things like that. But overall, I do think that it's a fantastic thing, and it should have been implemented a long time ago.
What I'm most excited for about it is that it's going to put a big stop, not a full stop, but a big stop to cyberbullying. And I think that'll make so many kids feel better about themselves.
It'll be very helpful, because if kids aren't on it, then it has no effect. Like, you
Right.
can post whatever nonsense and garbage you want, and
Yeah.
if kids aren't on there seeing it, they're hopefully out doing other things. And
Touching grass.
touching grass, exactly. All right.
Alrighty. What do you have to tell me about?
Well, not to tell you, this is one that you're fully aware of, but I came across an article, migraines. I want to talk about
Yeah.
migraines because they're such a weird thing, aren't they? Like, everybody...
And it affects
everybody's
people in
heard-
our family.
Every family has people
Yeah.
who are like, oh, I got a migraine. And I kind of think migraines are one of those, if you know kind of things. And if you don't,
Definitely.
you don't.
Definitely. I mean, I've told people, oh, I get migraines, and they're like, oh, so you get bad headaches.
Yeah, bad headaches. It's like, no, man.
No, I
it's,
vomit.
It's different
Like,
than a bad headache.
I can't see straight.
So the article was that I came across was they've made some strides, I guess, in helping people who suffer from migraine disorders, and it's a CGRP. So this part I'm just sort of reading: calcitonin gene-related peptide, and it's a protein in the body that plays a role in triggering and worsening migraine attacks. So during a migraine, this protein is released, and it inflames and causes pain in the nerves around the brain and the blood vessels, which leads to the headaches and other symptoms like sensitivity to light and sound. So this is some kind of an inhibitor they've developed that blocks the process. Essentially, imagine it's like a switch that turns on or
Okay.
off, and this helps to turn the switch off so that you
right.
don't. It helps to mitigate it. So it seems like its efficacy is best when you feel it's coming on and then you take it. Once you're into a migraine, I don't think this is any better than anything else. And we know there's a genetic component to it, and we definitely all have our. Mines aren't that bad. I've had a couple of real full-blown when I was a kid, and now I get the lights. So I have the sort of aura-based migraines,
yeah.
but I don't get full headaches. So if I'm driving and the lights start flashing, I have to pull over because it's this weird visual in my eyesight.
Yeah.
And I know they're coming on, and for me, it's not bad. I'm certainly not complaining. I know that if I just breathe, like get a bit meditative, get somewhere quiet, I know I can't get upset. I can't get fired up. No matter what else I'm doing, it's got to stop, and I got to stay calm, and then I'm all right. So I'm super lucky. There's people who get them, and I don't get them very often either. And there's people who get them regularly, and they're crippled. There's people who kill themselves. They're so
Yeah.
bad, You and Madish for sure get really, really bad ones. Not very often. You
No.
might get 2 or 3 a year, but they're heinous.
They really are.
Yeah, they are.
And I find it so interesting how something so major and big and life-altering, we don't know anything about, really. We know what causes it.
They don't, though.
We kind of know, like, how they might start. We know symptoms of them, but we don't know what stops it. It's like we don't have a cure to cancer. I mean, I'm obviously not comparing migraines to cancer, but I'm just saying that that's the level of...
Lack of understanding.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. No, they don't really know what causes it. That's the thing. Like everybody has different triggers for it, and they think now that the triggers probably aren't triggers, they're more just early manifestations of it. So by the time you associate something, oh, that did this and then I got a migraine, it's like, no man, you were already getting a migraine.
Yeah, okay.
That's what they're figuring out from EKGs and studying people who were, that it's already happened by the time you get it, and then you might associate something with it. But as far as triggers, they're not even sure. They're so vast and all across the board for everybody different. It really is, to your point, mysterious. Like they just don't know.
I mean, when I got one the first time, I had no idea what it was. It was just so strange because it doesn't feel like a headache. That's the thing.
It's not because it's for sure not a headache.
When people call it a headache, it's kind of misleading because
it's incredibly misleading.
It's like it feels like it's in your brain. It doesn't feel like it's in your head. It feels way more internal. They're
definitely not headaches. Like it's now they don't even like calling them migraines because it's the implication is that it's like it's just headache on steroids, and it's like no man. Now they want to call it migraine disorder because they want to emphasize that it is this much they know it's a real thing. It's a disorder. It's the migraines are a symptom of the underlying disorder.
Yeah, I mean, people tell me, oh, take an Advil, take a Tylenol. No, you don't understand. That doesn't help.
No.
Maybe it might help, like, with the placebo effect, where it's like, if I tell myself it'll work enough times, it'll work.
And it might have some effect. It might have some usefulness in lessening the symptoms as it wears off. Like it might have something for that, but it's not making your migraines not going anywhere.
No, I mean, really the only thing you can do is cold cloth and hope that a nap will drive it away. Because it does go away, but an hour makes it feel like 4.
And that's for us, like for you. You and pauses, they last a half an hour or so, and then 45 minutes, and it seems like it's 3 days, and then but there's people who they'll last for hours and days. Like there's people who get them regularly. It's just the pain is so bad. I don't think people who don't get them are aware of just how problematic they are.
Yeah, I really don't think that they are. I don't. No. It's just not something that you can assume the pain.
You can't describe it.
No.
Like I can't. Really can't. Trying to? It's like a point for me. It's like a point of pain.
That's where mine are too.
Over an eye, and a lot of people get that, and it's just like you could say it's like somebody sticking an ice pick in your head, but it's not really even the truth either. It's such an internalized pain.
Yeah, like you feel like if you reached in, you could take it out.
Yeah,
like that's how it feels.
Yeah.
Because that's how centered it is.
It's not like when you break a bone or something. I've broken things, and like where that pain's coming from. You know why it's there. So but this is like, why is this even here?
Exactly.
And it's so much more than a headache. And there's no blood work. There's no tests. They used to originally it was called a hysterical disease, right? Because it affects women more than men.
Okay.
In general. And back in the day, in our blooming of ignorance, we would say, oh well, it's just she's being hysterical.
Because we were witches.
And it's like, no man, it's completely real. And they come on so fast. Right?
Fast.
Boom.
Like, I want to know, like, women back in the day, or anybody that got a migraine, what did they think it was? Like, they genuinely must have thought they were dying.
A wicked bad headache, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's what they would have thought.
As soon as I get the flashing lights, I'm just, I know I can't do anything about it except for breathe and hope that it goes away.
Yeah. Well, and that's all you can do.
And then if it doesn't,
Even with all, like, this led me down the rabbit hole. So this CGRP, these inhibitors, they have made progress. It's the first drug, as far as I could see, that they've actually, that's been created specifically
for migraines,
and is proven to be effective at any level. Yeah.
That's going to be so helpful to so many people.
There are making steps, but it's still... Everything that I could read comes down to the same things that I do for you guys, that I've always told you guys to do. You need to get dark, you need to get quiet, a cold compress on your head. One thing I learned was that maybe a bit of tea or a bit of caffeine could help for some reason.
I knew about the caffeine thing.
And then you stay hydrated and a gentle massage, like if you can take it. But that can be a problem too. But if you can take a little bit of massage, I know that helps Madish a lot. Like I'll give him a little gentle shoulder massage, and that helps to relieve, because the migraine itself gives you tension, like it makes you stress because it's just so horrible. You're just all tensed up. You just want it to stop, to go away. So I think that anybody out there who knows people who suffer from any kind of a migraine disorder, and it's across the board, like mine's the aura, the flashy lights, but I don't get the headaches. You get the headaches. The other people, everybody's different. But if you know somebody who suffers from it, you really need to be sympathetic. If you aren't, like if you think what they're dealing with is a bad headache, that's not what it is. Yeah, that's not what it is. And so now they're starting to put some names to these things, and they're starting to figure out more, but they still don't know very much. And another thing is that it's the second leading cause of disability, I'm pretty sure, in the whole world. And the first one is lower back pain. But as far as a thing that disables people from being able to do their job or go to school, or just creates it
really does make it hard
barrier
for you
to
to do
your
things,
existence. So. It's lower back pain and then migraines.
Okay, so would it count as a disability then? Like, is that?
Well, but that's the thing.
They're the weirdest
It has
things.
these stigma attached to it, right? Like, he gets migraines, and there's a little bit of a but he gets a headache, and he can't, and it's like, no, man, you can't function while it's going on. It's a non-functioning thing.
Yeah, and then it's also like when it's gone, you're back to functioning normally.
Yeah,
it's like it's gone, and then you're back.
But it's
it's gone and back.
It's a medical condition that has definitely still stigma attached to it, I think. Like, unless you get them, when somebody says I have a migraine, I'm sure that people who don't get them think, you got a bad headache. And then if they have a family member that they've witnessed have one, maybe they understand that, like, it's a really bad headache. Yeah. But even still, they're like, you got a headache. And it's like, no, man, this is in my core.
Right. I had a dance teacher who frequently canceled classes because of his migraines.
Having had them, you can see why. Like, there's no way that you can't function. You need to be in a dark room with a cold compress over your head or your eyes and just
that's it.
Waiting for this heinousness to stop. They're really bad.
And it's not like you can, I'll just put on my comfort show. No.
No, there's no, you're going to read a book or listen to music. All you do is just endure until it's done.
Yeah. There you have it, guys.
Yeah.
So the what if you could create your own mode of transportation? Ever since I was little, I've really wanted a car, and I've always wanted to design my own because I feel like that would be super cool to have your own vehicle. Like your own. That's all you. And it would obviously be pink. But it would be kind of shimmery, like it would be kind of holographic, I guess. But it would be a very light pink. And then the interior would be...
Seriously? What are you, Barbie now?
Maybe.
Pink.
Yeah, pink. I love pink. It's one of the best colors.
I know you love pink,
it goes with everything.
Like in
pink and orange, sunset colors, pink and blue.
We're about to dye your hair black. What's that got to... So you're going to dye your hair black and drive around in your pink car?
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna...
I no longer want to be a blonde.
You're not a blonde. You're a brown-haired girl.
I was until I got blonde highlights.
You're blonde when you're a kid.
Yeah, I was.
Okay, so you're desperate to go into some emo mode, and you think
emo mode.
You're
I'm not doing black hair in an emo way. I'm doing it in a 1960s Priscilla Presley blue eyeshadow winged eyeliner way.
Elvis actually had a pink Cadillac.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
He gave it to Priscilla, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, but Elvis, I'm pretty sure, had a pink Cadillac. So there you go.
Only my dad would know that, by the way.
And Elvis's real hair color was blonde.
Yeah, he was a blondie.
He dyed it black.
Yeah. Just like he dyed Priscilla's from light brown to black.
Sometimes when he's on stage sweating, you get the old dye be running down his face.
Yeah. So, the interior would be a very light brown leather, and it would be a convertible. So it would be like a Cadillac.
Light brown with pink?
Yeah. Oh, you don't understand. It's so cute. And the top of the Cadillac would obviously be able to come off, and it would be convertible. And there would be...
You didn't even have a Barbie when you were a kid.
Yes, are you joking? I literally had a Barbie dream house.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. You did.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was the Barbie kid.
No, you weren't.
No, maybe not my personality,
No.
but I love me some dolls.
You did love dolls. Yeah, that's different. No, you definitely loved dolls. But you were not the Barbie
I had like
kid.
3 or 4 Barbies and then my Barbie dream house.
Oh, man. You used to play with Madish in his race
Avengers.
cars.
His Avenger dolls.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the steering wheel would be leather. It would be the light brown leather. Honestly, it would just be a really pretty car. It would be, like I said, Cadillac, light pink, no holographic
All right,
now
but-
that I think about it.
Okay, but...
And I think that my interesting things would be that you could fully turn it into a bed. Like, everything would splay out. And the fabric is so cushy that it's like a little mattress.
Remember when you and Madish were inventing a vehicle that had a pool in it?
A hot tub in the back.
Yeah. You wanted to be able to swim as you went down the road.
Yeah.
You guys didn't have a good idea. Your spatial awareness was limited.
Yeah.
I remember that pool. Yeah, we're going to... Can we have a pool, Dad? Dad, can I have a pool? Sure, you can have a pool. I want a car that turns into a sub. Like, that would... Imagine how awesome that would be.
Like the Minions.
Just, sometimes you just felt like going for a rip around, maybe at 100 feet, 200 feet, putting around in your car, looking around, looking at the sharks and looking at the reef. And,
Yeah, that would
oh
be
my
cool.
God, that'd be fantastic.
It'd have to be like ultra bulletproof though.
It
so that the
might as well
sharks can't
fly
get to
too.
me.
If it's going to be a sub,
Yeah.
it might as well fly. Yeah, actually, the thing I care least about is that it's a car.
Yeah. Me too. I just want it to be pretty. You know
You're
what?
so,
Sure.
You're
Sure.
so not a Barbie. People can't see you, but you are just not a Barbie girl.
No.
You do like pink.
I give off Priscilla Presley, 1960s. Convertible driving.
Hey, all right.
That's
so
what I
we'll
give.
just end on this note of grand delusion.
Yep, exactly. What? No.
I love you very much, Irish.
I love you too.
Next time.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
All right.